Take a moment and look at yourself at the mirror.
The skin, the muscles, and the bone you see are made out of cell, which contains a million of proteins.
But do you ever wonder how the process is done? The most important task of a cell is to synthesize protein based on the code of DNA. But how these codes are read? Well, the answer of that question relies in the central dogma of life. The central dogma of life is the explanation of the flow of genetic information from DNA to mRNA until to the protein. The DNA will make a copy by itself in the process of replication and then transcribe it to make a messenger RNA, and the code will be translated to make a functional proteins. We know that the process of replication is semi-conservative, so let's focus to the two processes, the transcription and the translation. Transcription is the process which mRNA is synthesized based on the DNA. The part of DNA which encodes the proteins is called gene. So the gene is copied first and then make the copy of mRNA. There are several steps that involve this process. First, the opening of the double helix, assembling the set of enzyme, gathering the nucleotides, and so on. After all these steps, mRNA is formed. mRNA is the exact copy of the DNA. The only difference between them is the mRNA is a single-stranded and the base timing of the DNA is replaced by the uracil. And now that the mRNA is ready, the mRNA will come out of the nucleus and enter the cytoplasm. And that's the next process begins, the translation. I'm gonna give you an example. Imagine you are a contestant of Miss Universe, and here it comes, the Q&A part. So let's say that you don't understand English. So you need a translator to translate the question. So when the translator translates the question, you understand it and produce a winning answer. Cells are in that similar situation. They are code from mRNA that needed to be translated to make a sequence of that amino acid. So translation requires some specialized equipment. Just like you can take the notes if you don't have pen and paper. So our cell can translate if you don't have two specialized gears, the ribosome and the tRNA. Ribosome is made up of two basic pieces, the small subunit and the large subunit. The two subunits come together around inside in the mRNA molecule. tRNA carries amino acid to the ribosome. The ribosome moves forward on the mRNA codon by codon as it is read and translated to make a protein chain. Now, I want you to look at the mirror again.
Do you feel something else? That's because you already know where your skin, muscles, and bones comes from.
And the next time you see things, remember that there is science behind that scene.